Hello, boys and girls. Today I have a really exciting story. It's called How Much is a Million? Now, how much do you think a million is? Because we've never talked about that number. Let's ask. Let's find out. If 1 million kids climbed onto one another's shoulders, they would be taller than the tallest buildings, higher than the highest mountains, and farther up than the airplanes can fly. If you wanted to count from 1 to 1 million, it would take you about 23 days. That's a lot of days to be counting all day long. If a goldfish bowl were big enough for 1 million goldfish, that's going to be a big bowl, it would be large enough to hold a whale. Wow. Presto, 100 stars. If this book had 1 million tiny stars, they would fill 70 pages. Climb aboard. I wonder if it's going to be another one. Oh my goodness. There you have 100,000 stars. If we take this 7-page journey 10 times, we'll pass 1 million stars. Let's do that later. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. How big is a billion? If 1 billion kids made a human tower, I wonder if 1 billion is more or less than 1 million. They would stand up past the moon. If you sat down to count from 1 to 1 billion, you would be counting for 95 years. That's a lot of years. If you found a goldfish bowl large enough to hold 1 billion goldfish, it would be as big as a stadium. If this book had 1 billion tiny stars, its pages spread side by side would stretch almost 10 miles. How tremendous is a trillion? Now, is a trillion going to be more or less than 1 billion? What about 1 million? If 1 trillion kids stood on top of each other, they would reach way, way, way beyond the moon. Beyond Mars and Jupiter too, and almost as far as Saturn's rings. If you wanted to count from 1 to 1 trillion, it would take you almost 200,000 years. I don't think anyone's old enough to do that even. If you put 1 trillion goldfish in a goldfish bowl, the bowl would have to be as big as a city harbor. If you put 1 trillion of our stars onto a gigantic roll of paper, it would stretch all the way from New York to New Zealand. Wow. That's a lot of counting. I wonder if you could count that high, or even to 100. Do you think we could even count to 100? Try that today as you spend time with your families. Try to count things around the house. See if there's anything that you have that you can find 100 of. Have a great rest of your day, friends, and I'll see you soon.